Alright, last video, we were being responsible. This video, let's be extra. I want to make a leaf vest or capelet. We'll figure that out. Starting point. This is a sheet for a crib, a fitted sheet for a crib that I got at the Goodwill bins. So, cutting the stretchy bits off at first. Alright, it is cotton. And I think this is called double gauze. You see that? Anyway, it's lovely texture. This is a very, very unfortunately cut shirt that is the same, except a more unfortunate color. And here's another shirt that is chock full of holes and can be used. And, I think we might overdye with turmeric. We'll see. Right, this is kind of a vest that fits me and my child both well, which is about as close as you're going to get to one size. And it is a rectangle with 2 holes in it and a button on the front. So the fabric we're working with is smaller, but this is a starting point. Interrupting because I suck at explaining things. So this inspiration thing is about 60 inches across. And about like that for the armholes. And the button and the loop-dee are positioned relative to the armholes. For some reason, I chose to show this folded in half like a taco in each of the clips you're about to see. So, like there, that's where a piece of elastic was, holding the sheet down, right? So, lost a lot of dangly there. Made the armholes further apart for me. And then down here, let's see, there's where the edge of the sheet was, and there's where I made it longer. And wow, the yellow looks awful in this light. It's much prettier in person. Much greener in person. Right, folded in half, scraps from back of the neck and tentative armholes for use in a minute. Here I cut off the stupid angle because fitted sheet, right? And so that's for sewing together with the other stuff to try and make a hood. This, there, gets sewn on like that to make the pointy end of the leaf. And after trying it on, excuse the hay, as usual, back of the neck, and then this point meets nicely upper chest. Hey, sweetheart. So I hacked this off for more patchworking. Alright, vest is folded in half. Friendly reminder, this point is halfway down the chest where it's getting fastened, right? And I cut all the bias binding the edging off of the shirt to use elsewhere. It's, like I said, it's really stupid shape. And I grabbed a hoodie to get an idea for how big a hood should be, which is way smaller than I thought. What, are they serious? Will a head fit in there? I guess I should try it on. Alright, I angled it back literally just because of the shape of the shirt. This shape too, actually. I extended this far because integrating these two colors is going to be a pain in the butt. The curve on the top, I'm just guessing, but I think it's going to look cool. I guess we'll all find out together. Okay, so the leaf vest idea is because of Vincent Briggs. He makes amazing videos, and he made one that was him making 3 fantasy leaf bolero vest things, and yeah, truly excellent video, much more fitted, deliberate vests. Linked below, go forth, check out, totally awesome. And the hood part is because for me, everything should serve multiple purposes, right? So it's going to be this is going to be serving a decorative purpose anyway, no matter what. But so far as providing shade purpose goes, it's definitely not doing that for your arms. So I'd like it to do that for heads. The attempt at a one-size thing is my child and my mother and my sister can all share clothes. I am the odd bird out. But I'd like to have a collection of truly extra things for when we do truly extra things together, events together, and we can all pick which one we're in the mood for, theoretically, and go forth and do things in fancy decorative outfits. So this is what we're working towards. And besides, I just feel like embroidering and beating the crap out of something. Doop, 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 doop. I guess this would be a trust the process point, if there was a process. Alright, that is almost a mysterious stranger fantasy hood. I think I screwed up at the top. More playing required with that, but not right now. While I think about the front of the hood that I screwed up, I'm going to put these random shapes on the back of the hood to help hide this horrible color change. And also the edge of the shirt I trimmed off, put that all the way down to the end as beginning of the central vein of the leaf. Alright, this is the very front of the hood, and I slit this open and crammed a random triangle offcut in there, and I guess we'll see if it works. Oh. Well, that's a completely different look than I thought I was going for, but it works for sun shadiness. Also, she looks like a flower. Alright, twirl a little bit. So just cramming the offcuts on the seam I hated so much makes me feel so much better about it. Look at that. Oh. Bloop. Alright, the this color shirt had shoulder ties, right? So I cut them off, and I'm going to use them to make a tie closure for this piece. Now, there is a YouTuber named Annie who made a fantastic, very short video about making traditional button closures for Chinese clothing, right? And that's super cool. She gets into how to do it properly. This is just me being inspired by that video. But all I'm doing is sewing down the trimmed off tie closures in a spiral shape on either side. I think the other one's going to spiral in the other direction. But it's a really, really cool technique, and I want to practice with casual versions of it. So that video is linked below, and I am working on closures. Alright, disregarding the fine grained decorations, we'll get into that in a minute. I've sewn all the weird offcuts onto the vest, and I'm grooving on it. The only fabric I have left over is really this. I think I'm going to cut some more strips off it to make more leaf veins. I think I really like that. And then we get into, fun stuff. So obviously I'm being extra about this, but this is just to say that even if you want to do the super quick patchworky parts, it's on theme. It's leafy, it's cool. Like, you could do this really quickly. I'm just being... we'll get into that. I think this is called the feather stitch. At any rate, it covers ground quickly. It is obviously hand done. And, most of the... come on, you. Thank you. And most of the thread is on the side of the fabric where it shows up, so that's nice. But most of the embroidery is nice boring backstitch with a single piece of embroidery floss doubled up so that I can, tie a knot in the far end of it. And because it's stronger, or maybe just habit, probably just habit. Look who got curious. Alright, this situation I've got myself in. So I was really annoyed that I was putting armholes in my pretty leaf, right? Like that just seemed not leafy. And so I decided that I know how leaves get holes in them. Beetles chew them. And so I'm putting more beetle chew holes around each of the armholes. And it's, I mean, time consuming, but most things are in a situation like this, yeah. And I'm getting a lot of practice with buttonhole stitch. And usually that's easier. I think something about doing it in front of a camera makes it different, doesn't it? Pretty sure the last video I did was supposed to be in front of the camera and I just completely missed the frame. So now I'm sitting here looking at the frame over and over again. But, I mean, y'all know how buttonholes work. Buttonhole stitch. There we go. I think I even got a whole stitch in frame. Wonderful news. See? Lots of fun. So I have a horrible, chaotic cookie tin full of beads I'd like to get rid of. Oh, almost lost those. And I have a collapsible eyed needle for beading. And I like beads. They are clicky and a temperature. There's something really tactile and heavy about them. And my first impulse was on the hood, but they'd be too heavy for the hood, right? I feel like they'd mash it down, make it act weird. There we go. And so I'm putting them around the, I don't know, decorative tie. And ideal world for me is a chaotic, organic sort of situation that makes it look like they grew there, like barnacles, or I guess in this case moss, like they just are filling up the sheltered areas with chaotic colors that I haven't used elsewhere. I am really excited about what I came up with for the hood, though. You're about to see that. Pretty sure this is my new favorite thing, because so much texture and faster than beading, faster than regular embroidery. It stiffens things a bit, but that's what I wanted for the hood. Alright, can you see this? There. I don't know what the point officially of those twisty embroidery flosses. I don't know what those are for, but I inherited some, and right now I'm thinking that I like sewing them down like this. And for the shape, oh, I thought I was going to do regular embroidery and change my mind. For the shape, I just kind of tossed the twisty thread out and let it form a shape, poke it around, and tack it down, and then keep echoing it and trying to be symmetrical, but you can see that's a little symmetrical. And then on the back, looks like that. The ridge holds the hood stiff. And then, yeah, I think 2 colors is better than 1, but this I needed to integrate with this color. We'll see. But it feels so nice. Look at that. And it's shiny. Love. Alright, Magic Goblin Princess. We will be doing black beans in the near future, but not today. Today is turmeric. I would show you a plant, but it's winter and turmeric resents that as much as I do. So, water, turmeric. What I want to do is make my objectively blue-ish leaf a little bit greener, just a little bit. I'm gonna grate this and then plant the rest of it. Turmeric is notorious for fading, so I don't expect this to be super long lasting, but why would that matter? If I want it more yellow, I just do this again, right? We'll see. So, keeping in mind that this is something that I sewed holes into because I wanted it to look like a giant beetle had been chewing it, so I'm not going for super duper smooth. Ah, look at that. You think I did too much water? I guess we'll find out. Turmeric is so strong, though. I didn't want to completely overwhelm it. I just kind of want a tint. I guess I'll mush this around and let it sit for a bit and then put it outside to dry. Alright, and the leafiness and the hood, beads. The turmeric is a kind of electric yellow. Would you spin, Angel? That I really like. I'll use less water next time. Get more of a vibrant color. Figure I'll do it every now and then. Might add more decorations too. And then, I love that so much. Turn around. And then the turmeric actually took this more, which is kind of cool. And then there's, yeah, more ins and outs up there. And there's the beetle holes. Alright, twirl again, love. Next up, I'll put it on.
Yes.